Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It's the 29th of July in the year 2020. And I'm on Route 95 northbound in Massachusetts, taking the truck out for a little test drive. It's been sitting in the driveway for a week. And I just passed a big, the new signs that are so helpful that the government's put out there for you in the States. And it says, I'm reading one right now, effective August 1st. Been out of state lately? Well, self-quarantine for 2 weeks. Go to this website to find out how. It's kind of weird, right? I mean, it's such a crushing pandemic. There's only a few of us left alive, ladies and gentlemen. We're the few survivors of the pandemic, the first wave, where we had to lock in and shut down our businesses and take our children out of school and not visit sick and dying family members in the hospital. We weren't allowed to go to funerals. We were urged by the exact same people to go protest and destroy cities, towns in America. That was recommended. And that entire time, you didn't hear a peep about COVID-19. But it's back now, ladies and gentlemen. 150,000 people in 8 months have died from it. And it's a pandemic, and they're getting ready to lock it down again. And when they lock it down this time, nothing will ever be the same again, ever. 150,000 people have succumbed to this pandemic. And yet, in the exact same time frame, 260,000 people have died from the flu. Now, if you're Christian, cover your ears. How fucking stupid are you people? 250,000 plus people this year have died from the flu. You don't hear a word about that. But 150,000, 50% less have died of COVID-19. So they're preparing to lock it down again. And in the words of the International Monetary Fund, because somehow they're the people that make the decision whether the world should be locked down for a health reason, the International Monetary Fund, they're offering countries 10 times more aid than they did last time if they do an extreme lockdown this time. Wake up. 250,000 plus people have died from the flu this year. And it's normal. But 150,000 have died from this pandemic. And even those numbers are wrong, false, or fake. Because COVID isn't the influenza. It's a much milder version. Period. So what are you going to do here, folks? What are you going to do? They're already mandating you wear the mask. And they can't do that. Legally, constitutionally, period, they can't do that. But everybody's going along with it. You know why they're going along with it? Because the corporations, the stores, the gas station, the convenience store, the supermarket, everywhere you go, they're forcing you to wear a mask or you can't come in. Unless, of course, you have the inside track where you simply say, A, I have a medical condition. B, they're not allowed to ask you if you have a medical condition. So when they ask you or tell you to put a mask on, you simply retort, A, I have a medical condition. B, you're not allowed to ask me why I'm not wearing a mask. And C, you're wearing a mask. So don't worry what I'm doing. It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty easy. Blows me away. And finally, big YouTubers, survival channels like Such00 or his other channel, Survival Dispatch, I think it's called, are starting to question, is this the downfall of the country? Yes, but it's not because of random gangs of African Americans with automatic weapons and alleged military training, because there's only like 200 of them, dude. I got gangs in Lynn that'll take them out, no problem, with no military training. But they're being allowed to promulgate and get larger and do whatever they want. This is the controlled demolition of the United States. The United States goes down, the rest of the world will follow in suit. Because if you took down the mighty conqueror, the United States, that's been attacking country after country after country for the last 15 years, no one else is going to argue, and that's the plan. That's what it is. It's not too hard to see, people. I'll tell you what. She's humming right along. We're doing 75. It's nice. Nice. I mention Patriot Pantry in every video for a reason. First of all, they're solid people. Second of all, they have things that you are absolutely going to need. Third of all, any day now, they could do a mandate where you're not allowed to buy it. Don't say they won't. Because everything that they've done in the last, in the year 2020 is complete and utter nonsense. And yet, with them simply saying it through social media, through influencers, through actors, through Hollywood, through the news, through the media, everybody's buying it. They can't force you to do shit. There is no way in the world someone is telling me what I can and can't do unless I'm literally breaking one of God's laws or I'm harming somebody else without having a fight. Period. And I'm aware one day, soon, I will be tested. Men with guns will help me. And then that'll be the end of it. But where they're going, what their plans are, you think it's an entire and utter coincidence that we told you they were going to give you a forced vaccine for years? You think it's a complete and total coincidence that we told you they were going to destroy the dollar and bring out a digital dollar? And they are? Wake up, people. Wake up. Wake up. The country's not going down because of protests and armed gangs and blah, blah, blah. Nobody could protest. Nobody could destroy the country. Nobody could tear down statues unless they were allowed to. Period. And they are being. This is all a plan. You can't have a new world order with local police departments, sheriffs, etc. in place. So all you guys that are right now helping the new world order by enforcing their bullshit laws, you're going to be their whipping boys on the other end. Period. It's time to wake up. Links to Patriot Pantry will be below. Use them or don't. Come on.